Buster was my sweet, sweet kitty, and everybody knows him because he was on a lot. Whenever I was home, he would come walking over the sofa and join Stewie and Mabel. So, and Louie before that. He had some problems which you diagnosed
It's about 6 months ago.
about 6 months ago. What was wrong with him initially that you found?
Initially, very sick, had lost quite a bit of weight, dehydrated, fever, had a large lymph node right kind of in the center of his belly, and never found any cancer. Not a good candidate, unfortunately, at that age.
Right.
You know, in a debilitated condition
And we don't know
to do
how old he
an
was.
exploratory of any kind. So, but he responded beautifully to antibiotics, and his thyroid was, thyroid level was too high, which is really common in older cats.
Okay.
They actually develop a little benign tumor in the thyroid
Okay.
that secretes too much thyroid hormone. But that regulated beautifully as
And
well.
I was giving him 1.5 to 2 pills a day, which seemed to be fine. And as you
Yeah.
said, for about 6 months, everything was fine.
Yeah.
And then
And I would call and say, it's time for Buster's blood work and follow up, and let's weigh him. And every time he'd weigh more, and he was doing great.
He was doing great, and then the bottom
until
fell
you
out.
call, yeah. You,
So I called and said
Yeah.
he could barely walk. He was not eating, and he was, again, we touched on this before, he was hiding behind a table or a sofa. That's not like him.
Right.
He wanted to be away from the action. Generally, he wanted to be the middle of the action. So
Right.
something was wrong. I brought him to you. And what happened the last time?
Well, this last time, he had a much higher fever. And despite starting 2 different antibiotics, he was not responding. And eventually, I think kind of gave up. His red cell count fell, and, to the point where he would need a transfusion to go on. And we knew that probably, it would only buy time.
So I made the decision
Let Buster go.
to let him go.
Yeah. And it was what we had to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Because he wasn't.
couldn't see him come out of that and have a good quality of life.
I think we worry about that. Am I doing the right thing? Did I do the right thing?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. And he was a big purr, and he purred right to the end.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on him. Again, like cats are a little different than dogs because dogs let you know right away, and cats try to hide it until it's a little too late. But Buster was a great kitty. Thank you very much.
You're
I appreciate what you did. And
You're welcome.
What is this?
This is Buster.
Thank you.
And
yeah, these
Buster,
ashes.
yes, Buster has been cremated. And
Okay. I'll put his picture on there. Thank you, Dr. Roach, very much.
you're welcome, Pat.
He had a good life at the end. Stewie and Louie both loved him. The dogs really loved him. He thought he was a little dog. Thank you.
He was a wonderful kitty cat.
Thank you. He's
Yeah.
still purring. Still purring.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.